Hey you! Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so this week's video is part 2 of the completion of this visual journal by Strathmore. I started it last summer with this painting where I compared and contrasted the watercolor one to the drawing version of this sketchbook. And I did the 2 matching paintings. And that's when I learned that I really did not enjoy the texture of watercolor paper. The line work, which is probably my favorite part of my art, does better on a smoother paper. Shocker! Even though the colors came out slightly more vibrant here, it was a no-go for me. These actually never made it to the channel. They're artwork inspired by Shelby Sheriff. She's an Australian potter and she does the Mystery Mold series. Check her out, she's so much fun. In one of her videos, she uncovers cow napkin ring holders that she paints with food, and I thought that was such a delightful concept that I had to do some of my own. This one was supposed to be a food-based one, and I don't remember what it was I painted over it, but the flowers, I think that's really sweet, and looking at it, I'm like, I need to do more things with flowers. At this time, I was playing around with this concept of food cows and things being colored in colors that they're not supposed to be in nature, like pink grass, not supposed to be it at all. And I think that it made for a lovely piece. This piece is actually a rescue. This dark green, you can see hints of that dark green. I painted it and I'm like, oh my god, this is awful. And I took a wet paintbrush and I actually scrubbed the paint up off because it's gouache. And I think it made this really beautiful texture in the background. More of the cow paintings, and this one's supposed to be chocolate cow. I originally just wanted to do chocolate chips, but it was reading not chocolate chips, so I had to throw the chocolate bars to hopefully make that apparent. This guy is so yet another one, and he's so low-key cursed. Oh my gosh, look at those eyes. He looks like an evil cow, and every time I look at this painting, it really makes me giggle, and so I'm keeping those eyeballs even though I'm not sure if it's the strongest choice for this painting. This was another video. I think a lot of this sketchbook is actually going to be used and seen previously in this channel. This was the Brie Reese painting, and I want to redo it in paints that I'm more familiar with, and do it like a long format so I can have like a whole bunch of baby little ducks behind it. That would be just delightful in my brain. This one is Royal Land Nickel. I'm sure I murdered the name of the paint, and it's a travel palette. You can actually get it at Walmart. I am loving this painting. This texture here is one of the really beautiful things that can happen. And this bleeding stuff in the background is also beautiful feathering, beautiful watercolor being watercolor. And I think it happened because I was using the right paper. But the moon's my favorite part. This is also from my channel. Low-key at this time I was really struggling with my confidence as an artist, and I got a set of Michael's pan watercolors, the Artist Loft brand, and this is what it is, and I really enjoyed it. And I think what I enjoyed it was it removed the expectations that I have that using good artists materials I need to make good artwork with, and removing that expectation and giving my work with an element of play actually let me have a whole lot more play with my work than I was having, and I made better work because of it. This is Artist Loft jelly gouache. I feel like it's a little bit different color palette. Oh my gosh, like, I haven't seen this guy in a while, and those ears, little like rosy ear tips, that makes me happy. I think that's what I like the best about this one. This one's the Arteza watercolor, no, not watercolors, gouache, and again, a little bit different colored palette. I think it has some fun moments in it, like that sky. I don't know why I'm enjoying that teal sky so much. Okay, I believe that this was definitely from my channel. I think it was me trying to come up with a use for some art supplies that I don't like, and I love this little rabbit so much. I think it's so delightful. I definitely feel like this is an Arteza color palette that I'm getting, and I was playing around with fine liners, painting them so that I could have colored fine line work, and I think that I'm actually getting better with the painted line work. Definitely a learning curve. I really enjoy a lot of the things that's going on in this painting in particular. This one here's another painting. It's the core painting, and if you have money and you like watercolors, they're a really nice brand to give a go with. I don't think I did myself services with choosing to do a pastel color. That's neither here nor there. I wouldn't have had fun unless I painted that rabbit, because that's all I wanted to paint. And sometimes you have to lean into it, and you know, you learn new things, and whether you are successful or not, I'm not sure if it's as important. So this is my orange bear. He does not have a name. One thing I'm trying to stretch myself in is backgrounds, and this is supposed to be a greenhouse, and I'm not sure. I guess I could have put some reflections or light onto the greenhouse wall patterns. It does look like it could be wallpaper to me, but I don't know. I feel like that I feel like I'm okay with either way. How the reader looks at this painting, I feel like it's a nice place to be. So because the sketchbook began with cows, I thought it would be fun to come back at the end of this and do cows sort of like a year later. And, you know, the only thing that I can say that I'm unhappy with about this is, like, I think that there's a lot of growth. I love the line work being in color for this. I think I did really great flat fields. No, that's not the one. This tail, if I had brought like that tail action into this tail action, this painting would have been chef's kiss, like, mwah! And print worthy. This one I think is worthy of like a photocopy and me pinning it up to the wall so that I can enjoy him. I'm pleased with what's going on here. And then this was last week's video. This was me making my Y'all Come Back Here frog, and I'm thinking that it might be a fun exit page and from here on out to do a Texas theme page in the end. Make sure that I'm coming back to wherever I wander to a familiar place in storytelling. And that's my current thought on this. And this is something that I wanted to share. It's low-key my victory page. It is all of the things that got loved up or used up or I needed to get rid of during the course of the sketchbook while actively using this sketchbook. I think it's such a huge accomplishment to be able to say, I finished this! And so that's what I do with my thoughts on the art supplies that I use up in the course of making art. And alright, that's it. Till next time, like, subscribe. Have the best day ever. Bye.